My friend Tom was trapped at home in a tiny, distant city. He had no Estonian visa, and he knew if he left Tallinn, he'd be unable to return. More immediately problematic was the Russian stripper he'd been flirting with, or more specifically, her boyfriend, who had taken to hanging around Tom's front door. Tom pleaded with me to visit, confident the guy wouldn't take on the two of us. Tom and I didn't know each other all that well then, nothing like later, but it sounded like a fun excuse for a trip. Unlike Tom, I could leave my apartment in Berlin whenever I wanted. I had a German freelancer's visa, and no cuckolded Baltic criminals camped out on my stoop, and was, in fact, spending more time away than at home. By that point, Berlin often left me feeling at loose ends, and one of the things I'd come to like most about living there was how easy it was never to be in town. A lot of my friends had already moved on, had gone back to resume their real lives in New York, and I myself was beginning to wonder if it wasn't time to pack it in. It was unclear where I'd go, though, mostly because nowhere was more appealing than Berlin had once been, and should have been still. I'd been living in lovely provincial San Francisco and had moved to Berlin because I'd felt I was missing out on something exciting, and now I was on the brink of leaving lively provisional Berlin because I was afraid I was missing out on something serious. A quarter lifetime of anecdotal evidence suggested, however, that once I actually motivated myself to move somewhere I considered serious, somewhere like New York, where I had never actually lived for very long, but where I imagined I would find myself ready to get on with the routines and attachments that make for a real life. A cat, yoga, a relationship. I would once again regret missing all the novelty diverting people elsewhere.